Deb says, whatever happened to kids are off limits. Well, what happened in this particular case, because when they posted this nasty stuff, people, of course, were up in arms about it. And they said, well, you can do it to our guy's kid or kids, therefore he is fair game. Now, the sentiment was always 18, right? Once they hit that age of consent. And when they hit the age of consent, they were fair game. Now, again, another sort of unwritten rule was if they were of the age of consent and involved in the political world, they were fair game. But if they weren't involved in the political world, no touching. No. We don't do that. They're not involved. Therefore, they're untouchable. We don't do that. Because some right-wing folks, because some left-wing folks were saying stuff about Barron Trump, because of some of the things that have sort of come up. The other side, Trump's supporters, went, well, if you can say it about him, we can say it about this one. That's what it was. So it's that whole, you go low, we go low. You go lower, we go lower. Right? And not for nothing, I've said this before. I'll say it again. It is incredibly important for us. If you are a person of love, if you are a Christian, if you are a person of faith, when they go low, you let them. You go high. You do not sink to their level. You don't. And I know that is not a popular thing to say. I'm sorry about that. But when everything is said and done, when the smoke all clears, when everything is over, when you look back on these moments, you don't want to become what you despised. You want to be able to look back and say, whatever happened, I maintained my integrity. I remained a person of love, no matter what transpired. I did not give in to the temptation of sinking to that disgusting level. I stayed true to what I've been taught, to what I believe, to what I aspire to be. We sometimes think about this, and this is going to lead into the next talk, I think. But sometimes we look at this as though it's like a battle, right? It's like this battle that we're fighting, and we're fighting against a monster. And the only way to defeat the monster is to become the monster. But then you've become the monster. You'll never, ever, ever look back on that moment and go, I wasn't a monster. You'll always look back and say, I did awful things. I said awful things. I typed awful things. I expressed awful things. Do not be tarnished with that nonsense. Do not be tarnished with that nonsense. So they're making fun of Tim Walz. Fine. Right? They're making fun of Gus Waltz. It's not okay. You shouldn't do that. I can speak out against it. I can speak out against the people who are saying those things. But I would never, ever, ever think to say, oh yeah, but your kid flunked out of some prep school, or your kid flunked out of, I don't know, some karate class. I'm not real sharp tonight, but the bottom line is, just because Ann Coulter or Bob Jones or whoever else said nasty things doesn't give me the right to say anything nasty about people they love, and it doesn't give me license, and I shouldn't do it, right? I shouldn't do it, and I shouldn't take this and go, oh well, I guess I'm going to make fun of Eric, or I'm going to make fun of Melania, or I'm going to make fun of Ivanka, or I'm going to make fun of Tiffany. No. Not okay. Just because they step over the line doesn't mean I'm going to. Just because they jumped all over the line doesn't mean I'm going to follow them. Just because they chose to go to the depths of hell for something like this, don't expect me to go with them. When this is all said and done, however this works itself out, whatever may transpire, wherever the chips fall, at the end of the day, all I got is me. All I got is my integrity. All I got is my memory of my behaviors, and they ain't worth it. They're the idea of going low like that, it's just not worth it. Amen.